Hi guys, welcome back to Bunny Brick Design. So today we are going to be doing something unique and fun. So I don't know if you remember in the unboxing, I had seen these two and I had put them together and was like, ooh, I wonder if I can make a really cool pair of earrings out of them. So I've got an idea. We're going to try it. If it doesn't work, well, then it doesn't work. So I'm going to stick these down to some tape. This is UV resin tape, and I'm going to get them into the configuration that I want, which is going to be just like that. And I'm just going to stick those down, and I'm going to do the same on this one. And I'm going to stick this guy down where I need it to be. And the only reason why I'm sticking these down like this onto the tape is just so that I have, they're just kind of tacked there. They're not like they're stuck down permanently. And then I found out of my stash, I've got two of these green navettes. Now they're in gold. They're in a gold bezel. So I am just going to take, and I'm going to use actually a pair of tweezers if I can get underneath them, and just bend these because I need those navettes out of there. So we're going to be doing this. We're going to be using some UV resin, and we're going to be resining that in. So now I have a pretty navette that is going to go, once I get some resin down, it's going to set right in there in the center and stick out. So I'm just going to take that guy out for now. I don't remember where I got these. I think I got them on AliExpress, or I got a bunch of them. So, anyways, I'm going to grab some resin. This is going to be a quick one, and then we're going to put these together and make a nice pair of earrings with some additional beads. I'm thinking maybe some green, some red. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a drop of resin in there and a drop of resin in there. And maybe a little more in this one. And a little more in this one. I don't want a ton. I just want a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. And I'm just going to take one of my tools and I'm just going to move this around just to get it started. Now this is going to form just a very thin layer. And it's just going to coat. And I think I got a little too much on this one. But I also have trying to get out all of the air bubbles. All right, so now we've got those. I am just going to cure these for, and actually I can do that with my UV light here. I'm just going to cure them each for maybe 10-15 seconds. And I'm just keeping my hand there just so the UV light doesn't hit the resin bottle because I still have the cap off. So this doesn't have to be fully cured. It just has to be cured enough to be hard enough that it's, you know, tacky. It's not going anywhere. And then I am going to try to put these down in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some more resin. Okay, so now we've got the resin. And I'm going to try to drop these in without flipping them. And they are going to move a little bit, so until we get those tacked down to where we need them to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this down where I need it to be with the flashlight. and quickly cure. So once it starts getting hard enough, it's not going to move. And so that's not perfect, but it will have to do because it is moving. So we're going to do the same on this side. If I can get this guy to sit. He just does not want to sit where he belongs. All right, I'm just going to hold it and finger cure. Oh, see, that cured without... There we go. All right, it's not sitting in there perfectly. That resin cured without it. So now we've got it, and we're just going to coat over everything and just fill it in. And I know this one's not exactly perfect, but these are going to be mine anyways because I like these leaves. So I'm just filling in around that so that and make sure I get all the air bubbles out of there. Same with this one. Filling in. All around. There's a big air bubble right there. And I think that might be underneath that stone. Up there. Got that one. So I'm just getting out some air bubbles here that I can see, and I know I can see a huge one in there. I just don't know where that is. I think that might be underneath the stone. It might have cured under the stone. So we'll drill that on the back and fix that. So I'm now going to stick these in, air bubble. There, got that. I'm going to stick these under the UV light and let them cure for a minute. And then we're going to fix that hole in the back side. I'm going to put my cover on so my resin doesn't. And then we're going to need to figure out what we want to do for hanging beads. So seeing that we've got green in there, I was thinking, and it's green, maybe we do a big green or one of these tiger eye greens, and maybe one of these as a dangle off the bottom with some bling. That might look cute. At least a couple of those, and maybe one of those. So we'll see. And then, or maybe we do that. I like that. I think we'll go with that. So we'll do one of those and one of those and that. So I'm going to grab some eye pins. We might as well get that going while we're waiting. So just going to grab my silver eye pins, and we're going to beat up these two things real quick. I'm going to use my loopers. There's one. And there's two. All set, ready to go. Once that's done, and my light just turned off. So now we're just going to flip. I'm going to take these off. Ooh! And they're all one unit now. And we're going to flip it over because I just want to see what's going on the back, because there's a big air bubble on. That one doesn't have an air bubble. This one, however, I see a couple of big ones. So what I'm going to do is, because it's just clear, I can see where the air bubble is. I'm just going to take my little drill here on its lowest setting and just make a little hole where those air bubbles are. And then we can just fill those in with resin. And that should fill in those holes. So we're just going to do that. I'm going to start poking around, trying to get it into those air bubbles. And if we have to, we may need to drill even more. So I am going to, I need to look at this under a magnifier, guys, sorry. All right, that looks better. It's not perfect, but so what I'm doing here is I'm just tapping it just gently like this, because that's actually getting that resin into those air bubbles and just kind of filling it in. Now there's a couple more that are there on the back. And so I'm just going to, so the resin that I just laid down has air bubbles and I don't want those. So I may blast this with my heat gun, try to get that out. And so what I'm doing off camera here is I'm just looking under a magnifying glass. Okay, so that's perfect. So what I just did, and you really can't see it, there's a couple small air bubbles that I didn't drill, but those two larger ones, I just filled in with resin and tapping down like this, just kind of filled it in. And so I'm going to stick this one back under the UV lamp for a minute just to cure that on the back side. So while it's not perfect, it did get most of the air bubbles. So this one's actually perfect. So now we've got our single piece, and this isn't going anywhere. That resin is going to hold that together perfectly. So now all we have to do is add, while we're doing the other one, I'm going to grab a pair of pliers if I can find I have them, there they are. I'm going to use my bent nose pliers here, and I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to add on my charm. And I'm just going to close that real good. There we go. And then this needs to get twisted this way so that they're both going in the same direction. I'm going to open this, attach that, and close that. So now we have this really long little charm, and I don't know if I like that. It may be a little too long. I'm thinking that might be, well, no, I like that. I like that. No, we're going to go with that. We can have some long earrings. I'm going to grab some ear wires, and we're going to throw the ear wire on. When that other one comes off, we'll finish it up, and then we will take a look at them. These are really fun. So now I could embellish more if I wanted to. I could add, I could add beads to these little spots. Like if I wanted to take, I don't know, a white one, I could drop a white one on there. I could drop a red one on there, or I was actually looking at these tiny little metallic things and maybe, you know, doing a UV resin or something on that. That would look cute. I haven't decided because I do want to do something to embellish that. So let's finish up this other one. And I know he's not even. That's going to bug me, but it's already resin, so what are you going to do? And so I am going to put my charm on. And the problem with some of these is that they just don't want to go back once you've... So see, he just doesn't want to go back in place. So there we go. You're closed now. All right, and let's see. We need to make sure these are going in the same direction. So a little more. And see, he just doesn't want to stay closed. All right, I think this this eye pin is too soft because he's just mushing. So we're gonna try another eye pin. Every now and then I'll get an eye pin that, like, these seem to be really soft. That one's better. Yeah, every now and then I'll get an eye pin that just does not want to cooperate. Like that, just did not cut. And this is what I mean, these eye pins, when you get like eye pins that are soft, you've got to be very careful because your pliers don't like to cut. See, like I'm having a hard time even cutting that with the cutters. So yeah, you got to be careful. I think I'm gonna, before I close this up, I'm gonna actually put this guy on so I don't have to worry about doing that. That is, if I can get him. Come on, there we go. And yes, I have thrown out entire bags of eye pins when I've bought them thinking, oh, I'm going to get a good deal. They're on sale. And then I buy them and they're crap. So just be forewarned, you sometimes can have bad eye pins. All right. There we go. So that one's done. So now we've got that. We can put on our ear wire. And so what do you think, guys? Do you think I should do some little red? I think I should do some little red because we got a lot of green in that. Let's add some little red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of put this down on here. We don't have to really worry about it too much. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take on a piece of silicone here. I'm just going to do a drop of resin. And then we're just going to take one of these. I'm just going to dip it in there. And I'm just going to set it on there. I'm going to take another one and dip it and set it on there. Dip it and set it. Yeah, now these are regular beads. They do have holes. It's fine. I'm going to dip it and set it. Now I'm going to cure these. And then what we will do is when we're done on the back side, we'll just make sure it's secure by filling those little holes in with resin. And I'll show you exactly how to do that here in a second. So that was fun. We had a little bit of fun doing something a little different. And these eye pins are probably going to be scrapped because I don't even remember where I got them, but they seem to be all really soft. So we're going to take those out of the stash. And as you can see, I was working on some other resin with glitter and sparkles. And then these cure up quite nicely when you're playing with it. And then you can just throw those away. Or I have even used these little scrap pieces before and set them in things as little embeds, depending on what they look like. All right. So these should be done now. At least temporarily cured. So I'm going to flip them over, and I can see the resin went through that one pretty well. And then the resin went through that one pretty well. These two and this one, not so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, again, a drop of resin, and then I'm just going to take my little dotting tool, and I'm just going to fill it in with resin. And just do that. So like one drop of resin will fill in, and those beads won't go anywhere. So now I know we've done stuff like this before with some of the pendants that we've gotten from Bargain and Curated. And then I am just going to set this on there. I'm going to let those cure. And I'm going to let that cure for probably the full 2 minutes. And then we are good to go on that. So I'm going to set this aside and clean up a little bit. And then while that's curing, we can start looking at designing something else. So I've been looking at designing a necklace. I want to do something with this focal, and I do like these light green beads with the silver around them. I'm debating on this section here, whether or not I like having the red there. I may do the red here instead. I like that. So I've been looking at doing this. I think this is very pretty. It brings in all of the beads that the kit came with, or the collection came with. And it's just a little fun. And I only may do part of it and then do the rest with chain. Or do we want to do all of it with chain and have a 2-tier? No, I want to do just decisions. Or maybe we, instead of doing that, we do that as a drop. So that gives me an idea so that we can have another green there. And we follow the pattern of the design. And then I think I'm going to have this as a drop from the chain right there. I think that'll look fun. And maybe we do it as a wider drop from... Oh, we're missing a bead. That's why. I was like, wait, what's wrong? We're missing a bead there. Yeah, I think we do that as a drop from there. That'll look cute. All right, so these are finished, and I'm just going to bring one up and show you real close. So what I did was I used the two links. I made one link so it looks like this big round branch. I put a navette in the center, and we've got these cute little dangly earrings. So that was item number one. Item number two is we're going to make this necklace. So I am going to grab some silver beetle on, and I'm going to find my 49. Where's my 49? Well, there we go. We got the 0.45. That should be big enough. And I'm going to cut me a nice long length. And so we need to figure out exactly how much chain we're going to need. So what I'm going to do is, to start, I know I want to do it on the outside of this. So I am going to bead on all of this section first. Ooh. And I'm just going to see how that looks on there, hanging. I really like these light green beads. They're kind of cool. That is pretty. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the chain on one side. And then I'm just going to hold this up, and I'm going to figure out exactly how far. So if I'm holding this as a big wide necklace, how far down I want it to go. And so what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of seeing how much drape I want. Exactly how much drape I want. And I think I want it right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the link right there. That is if this thing will cut the link. Okay, that won't cut the link. That's amazing. Seriously? Oh, there we go. I felt that go. Or not. Really? Wow, this is pretty strong, because I just cut through that and I felt it go. There we go. It just didn't want to break. And so now I'm going to take this other one and I'm going to string it onto this other side first, putting on the pendant. So now that's not going anywhere, and that is going to hang quite low. I think I want less chain, so I think I'm going to cut off a few more links. Maybe like 10 of them. I'm actually eyeballing it here. There we go. Just because I don't want it too long, but I also don't want it too short either. And then I am going to put that on and see. Oops, wrong side. Would help if I got the right side. Come on. Now that may be a little too short. Let's see if it's holding up on a mannequin. So this is what I'm trying to figure out, guys. If it's on the mannequin, I'm thinking I probably should have left it longer. Well, no, well, yeah, I wanted it a little longer. So we're going to redo that chain. I want it a little bit longer than what I've got here. I think I cut off too many lengths. So this is what happens when you eyeball things. I think I'm going to go with the original length I had plus, and I can use these for earrings, so it's not a big deal. So that one's definitely not long enough. So if we measure this, there, and then we go right there, that's good enough. Yes, I'm eyeballing again. There. I think that one's going to be perfect. It's somewhat in between the two because the other one was too long. It needed a few lengths off, and then this one is not quite the same length as the shortened one. And so that's, yeah, so that I do want it so that it drapes. So that's good. All right, so now I'm going to set the chain aside, and we are going to continue beading on. So I'm going to bead on these, I don't even know what you'd call them, but they remind me of frosted evergreen branches, snowy evergreen branches. And yes, I had been playing with this when I first got it after I unboxed it. I literally sat there after I shut the camera off and was like, ooh, what can I do? And so, yeah, I've been playing. We are going to do some more stuff with some of those diamond-shaped crystals because I absolutely love those. I can't wait to play with those. And so I'm stringing up this side. I'm going to see how long it is and see if we need to do, how much more we need to do. I may fill in with some smaller beads, seed beads or round beads, something, so that we don't have to use up all of these pretty beads from this kit. All right, so where did we leave off? We need these. I can't wait to get the additional beads in from this. So like I had said when I did the unboxing, I kind of had a sneak peek, and when I sneaked a peek at the extras box that they had, I knew what the theme was, and I was like, ooh, I've got to have more. And I ordered it, but you know, because of the holiday with Veterans Day, they have not come in yet. So, ooh, I'm throwing beads everywhere. Well, we'll just get a new one. So I haven't gotten them in yet, and I'm dying to get them in because I can't wait to see all the pretty Christmas stuff that I'm going to make with this. I've got an idea for some of these smaller beads, and it's going to be a bead embroidery. I'm going to be doing a holly leaf earring, so I'm just going to tell you, you'll probably be seeing that coming up. It's going to be a holly leaf earring embroidered with all of the beads from the bargain bead box, both big and small. So, oops, I'm putting the wrong things on. So stay tuned for that. And then I've got one more craft fair coming up in December. So I'm hoping to get a bunch of this stuff done and added to my collection for the Christmas show, because I think that would look good. I think it's going to be fun. I still have to use some of these holly. I want to do so many different things with those. I'm having like what they call analysis paralysis, if you will. Oh, I like that. And I like that the chain actually allows the pendant to move. So that looks really, really pretty. And now on the neck, I think we need to go and do at least one more set. Yeah, we need to do at least one more set on each side. And I just snagged my hair with, there we go. So we are going to go with, and do I have enough for one more set on either side? Hi, baby. I got a bunny under my feet. Hi, Velvet. Hi, baby girl. So Velvet's not been very happy doing bunny dates. So I will tell you, she does not like to be confined. I don't know what happened to her before I rescued her off the street, but she does not, and I repeat, does not like to be picked up or confined. And so in order to do bunny dates, we've had to limit the amount of space that the bunnies are in so that they can't really fight with each other and you can have good control. In case a fight does break out, because, you know, they have little spats. It happens. So, anyways, we've been, you know, doing the bunny dates, and so she's been not happy. Let's just put it that way. She's been avoiding me because she's mad because I pick her up and I bring her downstairs and I put her in a little tiny pen. And while I know some of you are like, oh, that's so cruel, it's not, because she loves Charlie. And I say that because every morning when I let them downstairs, so usually at night they'll come upstairs with me and they will sleep upstairs. Velvet has her room. Charlie's still downstairs. He's relegated to the dining room at the moment, just because I don't have any room upstairs for him. All my rooms are taken with other bunnies. And so I'm trying to bond him with Velvet so that the two of them can share a room together. And then he'll be moved upstairs and he'll enjoy life. He'll enjoy his free life with everybody. I think that's probably going to be long enough there that I don't need to add any more of these light green beads. I think that should be with the chain, or with the clasp and everything. And if we do extender chain like I always do, that should be long enough. So that being said, I'm going to grab some crimps, some silver crimp beads, some crimp covers. Yep. And then we are going to crimp this bad boy. So those are my big crimps. Do I have smaller crimps? I need a lobster claw. And do I have smaller crimps? I have bigger crimps. I have crimp beads. Well, we may end up doing another makeshift like we did in the last video where I take, because these are really big and I don't want to do just a single there. So first I'm going to put on a clamshell. And I saw some really cool clamshells that I was thinking about trying. They open sideways, so they don't have that tubular opening at the bottom. They're not that square opening. They have so I'm interested to see what that would be like. So I was thinking about ordering some. Although I've got a ton of clamshells that I need to use up, so I may not order those anytime soon. Flat. So I'm just crimping both of these down flat. And then I'm going to stick this through my... There we go, and that will close nicely. I need some glue. Do I have glue? E6000 out? I do. I'm really liking this necklace. I can't wait to use the rest of these beads. I could probably do this all night. So, yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. Cindy goes to bed and hasn't gotten any sleep for work tomorrow because she spent her entire night beading with the bargain bead box. Yeah. I can explain that one to my boss in the morning. And the holidays are coming up, so Thanksgiving's coming quite quickly. So I may even add to my channel. I decorate my entire house for Christmas, including my bathroom. So I'm a crazy person when it comes to Christmas. So if you're interested in seeing what I do this year, let me know in the comments, and I will take a video of all my Christmas decorations and show you what I've done. It's quite interesting. All right, come on. Fine, come out the one bead. There. That ain't going anywhere. And that's nice and tight. And of course, as always, we'll add glue. And I'm just going to go through a couple beads here. I don't need to go through a ton of them. And yes, I always do different things with different beads. So I have multiple ways I use to crimp things. And I do that mostly because depending on the weight of the beads, depends on what I do. And I have noticed a couple of times that my crimps don't fail. And so I don't know if you've experienced this or not, but I'll put on crimp beads, and when I'm doing these clamshells, I'll have these crimp covers on, and they're great, but I won't lose the crimp bead. The crimp bead won't come apart, and the wire won't come out of the crimp bead, but it'll snap like right here. So like I'll have like a little bit, it'll snap at this point. So I don't know if it's just I had some bad wire that I used at one point. It's on some of my older jewelry, so I'm wondering if it was just something that I had gotten that was just not, it wasn't good, or, you know, exactly what it was. But I would have thought that, you know, the Beadalon 49 strand would have been great. All right, I need a extender chain. and a jump ring or two. So I'm going to grab a piece of extender chain and some jump rings here. And we are going to finish this, and I'm going to call this video a night. And I think I am going to go make some herbal tea and continue beading after this. Maybe. Depends on how late it is. Ooh, where'd that go? There it is. Go snuggle with bunnies. I could do that. They'd enjoy that. Come on. Thank you. All right, so there we go. There we have it. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to grab the mannequin just because I want to see how this hangs. Oh, I like that. There we go. So there is the first item from, and I'm glad I didn't put that up there because I think having this as an extra dangle like that, now it makes me want to add additional chain. Like I'm seriously thinking I want to do a necklace with chain and chain. Ooh, that just gave me an idea. So maybe the next video we'll do a necklace using some of the bigger beads, some of these white beads too, and we'll do chains, and then from the chains we'll hang the holly. I think we'll do that. I think I'm going to do that. I like that idea. So there is 2 items we did here. So we've got the necklace, and I'm going to set that there, and I'm going to find the earrings we made. Where are those? And the earrings. And so yeah, so that's what we made tonight. I love this necklace. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna go play with some bunnies, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.